The boxer in the blue corner, representing Ghana, Allotey Theophilus.
Here is Khodzhiev, 21 years of age, won the Stranger Memorial Tournament in Sofia earlier this year, and here is the Ghana contingent for their man, Theophilus Allotey, also 21 years of age. He came through his opening contest against Hungary's Attila Bernat on a unanimous points decision. Allotey, who reached the last 16 in Busto Arsizio, losing out to Republic of Korea's Kim In-kyu, who we'll actually see in a couple of bouts' time. I'm going to see a bit of a contrast in styles here between Khodzhiev from Kyrgyzstan and Allotey from Ghana. The man in the middle is Slovakia's Radoslav Simon. Final instructions. Bit of a height advantage for Allotey. Whether he can do anything with it that counts.
Yeah, I was going to say, and a bit of a glare there from Khodzhiev, as if to say, OK, time for business. He'll be used to being the shorter fighter. As you say, will it be a height difference or a height advantage? But you can see straight away, Theophilus Allotey working behind that classic jab. And his back heel always up, so he moves quickly in and out. Ghana, of course, an extremely proud boxing nation with a number of legendary fighters down the years, both in Olympic and professional ranks. And the Black Star boxers will be cheering on Allotey, I'm sure. The hands down style of Khodzhiev, just trying to mug and intimidate and bring in the man from Ghana.
Allotey warned to keep his head up, but been able to land too many blows on Khodzhiev, who's proving a little elusive.
Khodzhiev determined not to punch at this stage. Wait to get into that sort of range there. Good tactic from the shorter man. Reminiscent of a certain Sonny Edwards style. Drops the hands, pulls the waist back, gives a little signal to the judges to say that he scored. That one certainly scored there from Allotey, who does a little jig of his own.
Yeah, a bit of kidology going on for both men, trying to catch the eyes of the judges. That was better from Allotey as well. Good 1-2 from the Ghanaian.
Just a trace of a smile of regret there from Khodzhiev. Kidology not working. Trying to catch the eye of the judges, but catching the eye was Allotey.
Could that prove counter-effective?
I think so. I think this is not the type of style that the judges are going to reward, because there's not a lot of boxing behind it. It's a decent attempt against a taller fighter, but at the moment, in terms of the shape, the style, trying to carry it forward, I'm all for a bit of showboat and a bit of style, but punches have not been there yet from Khodzhiev.
Sisi putting his hand up when he hasn't even thrown a punch.
Yeah, and I think he's annoying Allotey a little bit here. That can also be a tactic, just to get under his skin and make him fight out of character. There's a decent little 1-2 at the end.
When he does get inside, he is able to land, but he hasn't done that very often in this first round, and Allotey is unloading on the ropes.
Yeah, there's a bit of frustration behind the Ghanaian's punches there. All's fair in love and war. I'm not sure that the judges will have seen enough there to give him any sort of benefit of the doubt.
Well, 2 judges have liked Khodzhiev's work, 2 North American judges, and the other 3 have gone for Allotey. And we've mentioned earlier, so often beauty is in the eye of the beholder with judges, and I've seemed to recall the Canadian-US judges giving another bout earlier, I can't remember which one, where they went contrary to the other 3 judges. So it's very much styles make fights, and judges will score how they see it.
Yeah, no question. And there's nothing wrong, as I said, that bit of showboating, that bit of style, but the substance behind the punches, from our perspective, I think Theophilus, Allotey landing the cleaner work. Khodzhiev has his own style, and it's got him this far, so can he add some effective punches to add to the flourishes of his feet? His radar's excellent, he can see everything coming.
Just needs to do some more work, doesn't he?
Yep.
And the way I see it is, unless he changes drastically, those 3 judges are going to stick with Allotey.
Yeah.
So then he'll be out of it.
Yeah. But does he have the ability to change it up? And also, can he throw Allotey off? Because Allotey's not been able to keep his shape in this. It's only the opening 40 seconds or so. Better now from the Ghanaian, going back to this boxing basics. For the first time, Khodzhiev comes forward.
Last thing Allotey wants is to be deducted a point.
Real signs of frustration from the Ghanaian there. To wrestle his way back out of it.
I do feel a little bit sorry for Allotey, because Khodzhiev is, he's boxing in this, it's unorthodox, and it's, they're getting tangled up, and I guess because he's the bigger man, in some way the referee's going to be looking at him more and thinking it's more his fault. And again, he gets another word from the referee.
Absolutely agree with you. Khodzhiev within his rights to try and do whatever he wants to try and unsettle Allotey, but he is attracting the attention of the referee, creating that, and actually creating that there, Khodzhiev, that 1 point deduction.
Well, it looked like it was on the cards, and the worry for Allotey's corner would be if he really does get frustrated and starts to lose his cool and lose his composure. Because he's boxed well so far.
Yeah, and if he does do that, it's credit to Anvarzhan Khodzhiev, because that has been intention from the very start. He knows he's at a physical disadvantage, perhaps at a speed disadvantage, even a technical disadvantage, so he's playing his own game. And he did give a right good glare in the eyes of Allotey right at the start, as if to say, I've got something in mind for you, my friend.
Said all's fair in love and war, and Allotey now trying to get to work, but you can see Allotey's been the one penalised, but Khodzhiev was doing plenty of holding on there.
Big time.
A real glare from Allotey at the bell.
These are the things he's going to have to contend with.
And what a turnaround. Khodzhiev up on 4 of the scorecards, and Allotey up on just 1.
Khodzhiev, of course, as we said, within his rights to box in this style. But the grabbing and the clinching to go against Allotey, I find that a little bit hard to understand.
I mean, look, it's a place at the Olympic Games. That's
sure.
You're going to try everything.
You have to.
You have to.
You have to.
He is playing to his strengths.
Yeah, nothing against the rules. In the spirit of the sport, can Allotey get behind his jab and get some good boxing on the go? But credit, as we said, the best thing that Khodzhiev has is his radar. He sees everything coming. He reads the shots, just like so.
Decent start to round 3 from Allotey, though. He get through with the left, and Khodzhiev trying to go after him, and maybe this might help Allotey a bit.
It's so funny because, as you say, it might help him a little bit. He's also mirroring the style of Khodzhiev. He's now up on his toes, bending at the waist, spinning, trying to give him a taste of his own medicine. Because if the judges liked it, take it and do it.
It's Allotey who seems to be quicker with the punch here. He has got that reach advantage. Now trying to just jab and move.
I'm impressed by this from the Ghanaian. He's turned the table so far in the opening minute.
Khodzhiev is complaining about everything to the referee.
Yeah, he's doing a good job himself of refereeing the fight.
There's a bit of a hold there from Khodzhiev on the blind side of the referee. He knows all the tricks.
Yep, and he's playing them well. However, Allotey has kind of stolen the momentum here, taking a page out of his opponent's playbook. As I say, turn the table. Nice little 1-2 on the way back there as well.
Still there for Allotey, midway through the final round. Khodzhiev did get through with the right hand.
Good from Khodzhiev. He's concentrating on boxing now. That electric eel style that he's adopted, he's stung him a few times now, Allotey. This is the fight that we wanted to see as we go into the last minute.
I'd say Khodzhiev's looking a little weary.
Big time. But the danger is that Allotey thinks he's done more than he has here.
Khodzhiev warned to keep the head up. Allotey with the hands low, and he's up on his toes. He still looks relatively fresh. Can he get the scoring punches he needs? He's down on 4 of the scorecards. Needs to win this last round.
Needs a big finish. As you say, Khodzhiev needs more of the same. He's now stalking, trying to close down the ring. Swinging wildly, landing one that pays a big right hand there from Allotey.
Yeah, it was Allotey doing a good job of making Khodzhiev miss there before landing one of his own. Could that swing the bout his way? It's been a contest of fine margins. Needs to keep working. Good left from Khodzhiev. Needs a big finish. Has he delivered? Both men think they've won it. Oh, I don't know, you know.
Knife edge stuff. The round that Allotey needed, he probably got about 60% of it. The round that Khodzhiev needed, he probably got about the same. So it's in the hands of the judges. He was creative, Khodzhiev. He tried to be different. He used his elusive movement to frustrate Allotey, and it worked. But the Ghanaian responded well, turned the tables on him a little bit in that last round there, Rory. So let's see.
Ring B, ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, representing Ghana,
Theophilus Allotey gets it.
Theophilus.
It is a unanimous decision, but I suspect it's one of those unanimous decisions. I think 4 of the judges were level, and they have decided that he has won the contest.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way it makes sense, because he was a point down on 4 of the scorecards. And Khodzhiev, I think, paying for, shall we call them antics, without being too harsh?
No, I think it's, if it works out, it's kidology. If it doesn't, it's antics. And that's the thing. And I understand your point, because Allotey stuck to the game plan, kept his boxing. I've no problem with this. No problem with showboating. Absolutely fine, especially when you're going to let your hands go like that. However, a lot of holding, a lot of grappling, and Allotey had to do well to keep his composure, and he did.
And I think Allotey was a little unlucky to get that point deduction and Khodzhiev not get any point deductions, and maybe the judges have thought that. But of course, you know, without the point deduction, he would have won. So
I don't think he was a little unlucky. I think he was Allotey unlucky.
well, he's not Allotey unlucky with the result. He's through to the round of 16, as we see. Yep, that's exactly what happened. So one judge had Allotey winning it by 2 rounds. The other 4 judges had it dead level.
Wow.
And they've all voted for Allotey as the winner of the contest. So that's why it's a unanimous decision. So I think the right man won.
Yeah, I think in
and the way he adjusted at the beginning of the 3rd round was key.